I should have told you this before now, but I just didn't know how to tell you or how you are going to take it. But I think you need to know because I might not always be around to protect you. In this village, almost all the people you see here are witches. Hey guys, you're welcome today. What would you do if you got married to the man you love but know nothing about his tradition? Meet Obageri, a 26 years old beautiful lady who saw her world crashing before her eyes all because of marriage. So before we dive into this juicy story, I would really appreciate if you subscribe, like, and please leave a comment. So let's dive in. Let's start from the very beginning. Once upon a time, there was a village called Sulejo. Sulejo is one of the communities in Igala town. All other communities are afraid of them because of one reason. Sulejo is a community known for its witchcraft. Almost all the villagers practice witchcraft. No community dare to challenge them to a fight or even a little misunderstanding. If you do so, you should consider yourself a meat for the witches. In Sulejo village, if you are not a witch, then you are an enemy. This is the case of Obageli. Obageli was a maiden from a faraway land. She was married into Sulejo village and she knew nothing about them or their tradition. Obageli had known her husband Ikem for so many months, but each time she asked him of his community and what they are like, Ikem would always cover it up with another discussion. After their marriage, Obageli was so happy to finally meet her in-laws, but when they arrived to Ikem's village, she didn't get the reception she had expected. They all looked at her strangely, as if she had two heads. She felt really uncomfortable and unwelcomed. She was like an outcast in the midst of the villagers and her in-laws. Ikem, why are everyone looking at me strangely? No one is even smiling at me. And I feel like they don't even like me, said Obiageli. Don't overthink, Obi. My people are just like that to strangers. But once you get close to them, they would love you, Ikem said. I don't think so. Just see how everybody stares at me strangely. But if you say so, no problem. That same night, Ikem's mother walked up to Obi where she sat outside, receiving fresh air. Your name is Obiageri, right? Look, I didn't approve of this marriage. You are not fit to be my son's wife. My son is so powerful and he had to settle for a mere weakling like you. In this house, just be very careful. Obi stood there, dumbfounded and speechless. This is certainly not what she has expected. This is definitely not the kind of mother-in-law she prayed for. After 1 week, Obi decided to take a walk round the village to get some fresh air and take her mind off the hateful look she got at home. On her way, Obi saw 3 young maidens and asked them the direction to the village market or stream. As she walked close to them, Obi overheard their conversation. Is she one of us? One of the maidens asked. Or we should ask her. Hi, hello, you are the new wife, right? Obi answered them yes. Oh, You are welcome to our village. Sulejo is such a peaceful place to be. So, are you one of us? Obi was confused about the question because by marriage, I'm already one of you. Obi responded, ha ha ha. So you don't know where you are or what we are. Your husband didn't tell you about his people, right? Hmm. Look, just go home and ask your husband questions about Sulejo community and in Sulejo village. You that is not one of us cannot go to the stream by this time of the day. And please, be careful if you want to live long here. Others might not be this nice. We might not be this nice next time. Obi got really scared and rushed home. She met Ikem, who was pacing round the room, worried of her whereabouts. Where have you been, Obi? Where did you went to without telling me? Ikem asked. Oh, I just wanted to take a walk. I feel so trapped in here. Your mother doesn't like me at all. Ikem, I feel like I'm in a trap. What is going on? Everything here and everyone here is behaving so strangely. Even you, my husband. What are you people and why can't I go to the village stream by this time? Immediately he came head of stream. He quickly rushed to lock the door. Obi, sit down please. Did you say stream? See, my wife, I should have told you this before now, but I just didn't know how to tell you or how you are going to react. But I think you need to know now because I might not always be around to protect you. In this village, almost all the people you see here are all witches. Almost everyone here practices witchcraft. That statement sounded like a bell to Obi's ear. It was as if her head turned upside down. Wait, Ikem, when you said almost everyone here, you also meant you are included, right? Ikem slowly nodded. Hey! Ewo! So I am married to a witch or is it wizard? Ikem, how could you do this to me? Obi cried. Obi, see, it's not that serious. I won't harm you and you know that. Ikem said with pleading eyes. You won't harm me. Yes, I know. But your people will harm me, Ikem. Your people are not nice at all. Just few days here felt like forever. So if not for the two maidens I saw today, you wouldn't have told me until I get myself killed. Obi shouted at him. I promise to protect you with my life, Obi. I promise you that. Or what if you join us? It's not as bad as you make it seem. The witches in this village are not evil. Over my dead body, Ikem. Over my dead body will I ever turn myself into a witch because of love or marriage? Never, Ikem. Read my lips. Never. Obi stormed out of the room and she sat under a tree in the compound. She cried and wished she could turn back the hands of time. But she is here now, a wife to a wizard, a powerful one at that. Throughout that day, Ikem kept on begging Obi to calm down. But all his pleading went nowhere because Obi was so angry at him that to even look at him was so hard. The next day, Ikem went to one of their meetings. He pleaded with the witches in the village to please spare his wife. He begged them to please not to harm her, and she is already pregnant and she is innocent. Ikem's mother got really angry immediately. Ikem, is this why you are here? How could you marry that weakling into our family and into this village after all my warnings? Listen to me, Ikem. Obi have to join us or face what others faced, and that is final. She is not one of us, and she is not one of us. Ikem pleaded, but all his pleas was fruitless. The king of the village, who was also the leader of the coven, angrily spoke to Ikem. Ikem, you punished others who were not part of us. So what made you think your wife would be different? And you have to be punished for even suggesting that we treat your wife differently. She is not one of us, like your mother said. She has to dance to the music. After that meeting that day, Ikem on his way was attacked by some of the members and was killed, leaving Obegeli alone to fight for her life in the midst of witches and wicked mother-in-law. Obegeli was pregnant when Ikem died. She felt so trapped and no idea of what to do or where to go. Obegeli became a shadow of herself and a prey to the witches. She was torn between being initiated into the coven or suffer in their hands as a slave. Ikem's mother felt no pity for her son, who was murdered, or for her pregnant daughter-in-law, or even for her first grandchild. A weakling cannot murder my grandchild. Both her and the baby in her womb are weaklings and can never be accepted by me. Obegeli was so maltreated. She was made to clean their houses, cook for them, and even farm for them alongside with other slaves. One day, Obegeli was in the field farming when she went into labor. She birthed a set of twins, two girls, with the help of other slaves. She named them Kasiemobi and Kambili, for maybe they have come to comfort her. After 1 week of delivery, Obegeli was made to go back to farming with two little twin girls. This continued till the twins were 5 years old. One evening, Obegeli was so sick and she went to meet her mother-in-law with her two girls. Mama, please, we are suffering and I am very sick. Please talk to your people to spare us. Let them even allow us to live. These are your children too, your first grandchildren, Mama. Please, for their sake, if I have done anything wrong, please forgive me. Forgive us. Oh, shut up, Bobby. I don't have any grandchildren anywhere. These are not my grandchildren and can never be. Kim shouldn't have married you in the first place. And you will suffer till you die with these bastards you call children. Take them out of my house this instant and go back to the farm, whether sick or not. They continued farming when it started to rain. Obegeli slumped to the floor. The twins cried for help, but no one was close to help them. Under the rain, they cried home to meet their grandmother, who chased them away. That is none of her business. She die or she live is none of her business. The twins ran to meet some slaves who followed them to the farm, but before they got there, it was too late as Obegeli had already died under the rain. The twins cried and cried. Oh, Kambili and Kamsi cried and cried. The only person they have was gone. 2 days later, The twins ran away from home with nowhere in mind. They saw a hut in the outskirts of the village, very far from the village. It was the only hut around, nobody in sight. They went into the hut and met an old man there. The man, whose name was Ago, was chased out of the community for going against the king's order. He was one of their chief priests, but because he went against their order, he was chased out. Since then, he had lived alone in that hut for years. He accepted the twins and they started living together. He taught Kasiemobi and Kambili hunting and wrestling. He made them the queens of the forest. There was no part of the forest they didn't know. As they grew older, the anger of their mother's death dwelled with them. All they wanted was to get back at those who made them orphans, those who caused them so much pain, and those people are the witches in their village. Their grandmother who rejected them. The anger and the pain was so deep, but they knew that fighting the witches won't be an easy task. They needed to eliminate those witches in the village. Witchcraft have to leave that village, so others won't suffer what they did. Agu promised to help them by providing them all the information they needed about the witches, their weaknesses, their coven location, when to attack them, and how to attack them. Agu also provided them with fortified weapons, with powers they needed to carry out that mission. And for weeks, Kasiemobi and Kambili trained tirelessly with determination. They fortified themselves so well. On the day they were to embark on that mission, Agu wished them well. My children, I have provided you with all you needed to hunt those witches down. And may the gods of the land and the spirits of your parents be with you. Agu prayed for them. Kasiemobi and Kambili started their journey back home. As they passed through the forest, approaching Sulejo village, it was as if they could smell the evil that dwells in Sulejo. And their hearts, there was no mercy. Kasiemobi and Kambili entered the village at night, when the witches were having their meeting. As they approached, the witches already knew there was an intruder and appeared outside, and immediately Kasiemobi and Kambili sworn into action. Who are you and what are you doing here? How dare you interrupt our gathering? Do you have a death wish? The witches asked. Death wish, you say? Oh, if there is anyone dying today, then it will be you people, Kambili said. You made us orphans. You punished our innocent mother and us for no reasons at all. The only wrong our mother did was to marry from this village. But today, you all will feel the pain we experienced for years. And you, dear grandmother, how wicked of you to reject your own flesh and blood, your own grandchildren. But it all ends today. Your mother was a weakling. She was not fit to be among us, and I was right after all. Didn't you see how she just died because of a small farmland? That statement angered Kambili and Kasiemobi. They attacked them immediately with their fortified weapons. All the charms thrown at them couldn't stop them or even kill them. One by one, they eliminated the witches, and they left their grandmother till the last, who was already pleading for mercy. All we ever wanted was your love and acceptance. You never even looked for us when we ran away. I'm so sure of that. You deserve no mercy. And with that, they killed her instantly. The village was so quiet as a graveyard. It was remaining only the slaves who rejoiced for their freedom. They lifted Kasiemobi and Kambili up in victory. We would build this community again, free of witchcraft and evil, said Kasiemobi. The next day, they went to bring back Ago, and as they went through the village, they realized that almost all the households were gone. But at the same time, it was a breath of fresh air in the land of Sulejo. They thanked Ago for all his help and care. We wouldn't have done this without you, Father, they said. Now our parents can rest in peace, for we have avenged their death and we are back home. Thank you guys for staying with us to the end of this amazing story. Until we come your way next time, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Bye.